quiche is an easy egg pie. Just mix eggs and cream, add stuff like cheese or veggies, and pour it in a crust to bake. The creamy feeling with the flaky crust is delicious, perfect any time of the day. Let's get started. And prepare the crust. The instructions say to poke some holes at the bottom with a fork. The pan is heated up and I'm going to add some oil so that I can saute those onions. I'm going to add some butter. I've sliced up my onions and now I'm going to add it. You just want them to get softened, not overcooked, because remember they're going to be cooking in the oven as well with the quiche once we mix all the ingredients together. Just want to soften them up here so I can add it to the mix. While my onions are softening up here, I'm going to go ahead and place the pie crust in the oven. So I'm going to set those on a tray in the oven for about 9 minutes, and I will check on that. Back to the onions. They are softened up. Just going to give it a little bit more time. Just a couple more minutes. While the onions are cooling down, I'm going to go ahead and start slicing up my ham. So this is a boneless, pre-sliced ham that's already cooked. This recipe calls for 1 cup, but I'm doubling it because I'm making 2 pies, 2 quiche. So, quiches, okay? So I'm going to kind of eyeball what will be about 2 cups. The pre-sliced ham is your best bet for this recipe. They're not too big, they're definitely not too small. They will probably shrink up a little bit as it cooks, but I think that's pretty good right there, that amount. So there's my 1 cup, and there'll be my 2 cups. So I've got my 2 cups of ham right there, chopped, ready to go. Moving on to adding the eggs. A single quiche calls for 4 eggs. Since I'm making 2, I'm going to add 8 eggs. And by the way, the recipe is down below in the description, so you can access it very easily that way. So I'm just going to crack away. I'm going to whisk up the eggs and then I'm going to add the cream to it. You can use a whisk or a fork. So my eggs are whisked. Now I'm adding the cream. I'm going to mix this together. I'm adding half a teaspoon of salt. Not too much salt because I'm going to be adding cheese and also the ham. So I want to go light on the salt. We can always add more. We just can't take it out, as you know. Now some pepper. So I just added some pepper, and now I'm going to, oops, my crusts are done. I gotta get those real quick. So now I'm going to add the diced ham. Combine that. I'm gonna go ahead and add the sauteed onions. They have cooled off, and that's real important to make sure that you wait till they cool off. We're going to combine that together. Next, I've got a handful of spinach, fresh spinach out of a bag, and I'm going to just chop that up into smaller bite-sized pieces. And that was just a handful of spinach. I'd say at least, oh gosh, maybe 2 cups. So I'm just combining all of this together. So far, I've still got the cheese to add, which is what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to be adding cheddar cheese and then also a Swiss cheese. This is, I don't know if you've ever tried it, Tillamook. It is a medium cheddar. I usually buy sharp cheddar, but this works great, and this cheese is, to me, in my opinion, the best. So you can get it pretty much anywhere. Costco usually sells it. I think that's where I got this big block. The recipe, 1 pie calls for 1 cup of cheddar. So I'm going to double that because I'm making 2. And I'm using a Swiss cheese. This is all I could find as far as being able to grate the Swiss. It's Beemster Swiss. So let me know down in the comments if you've tried this cheese before. So since the rind is right here, I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. This cheese is really creamy, so it's easy to grate. So I have the cheddar cheese grated there, and now I have the Swiss cheese. Swiss and ham, oh my gosh, they go so good together. All right, so we have everything else added. The last thing is the cheese, and then we're going to be pouring them into the pie shells. I'm gonna reserve some to put on the top of the quiche, if I remember. That makes it look really attractive and appetizing. Okay, so I'm just combining the cheese in there, and then the next thing we'll do is pour them into the pie shells. Pie shells look really good. They've been baked, preheated for about 10 minutes in a 375 degree oven. So it looks like a lot, I know. Okay, now I'm going to pop this in the oven for 45 minutes. I'm gonna actually check on it in 40 minutes to make sure everything's good, and then we'll go from there. See you soon. You've got to try this quiche, guys. It's got a rich, savory flavor with a creamy custard-like texture, combining the smoky saltiness of ham with the mellow sharpness of melted cheese and a buttery, flaky crust. Enjoy!